hop on the computer. I'm like, I'm gonna get some Elden Ring in. I'm gonna go grind on my strength build. And about 2 hours into me playing some Elden Ring, right before I'm about to go to Walmart, Wi-Fi just hears me go, "What the f?" from the other room, and runs in. And it's like, what happened? And breaking the news to her, she's just like, oh, it finally happened. Unfortunately, that's a photo that will win an election. It looks like that Iwo Jima photo, the pinnacle of American nationalism. It's too perfect. It's triumphant. The flag is like waving behind him. Secret Service is like trying to move him, and he's like standing firm. Like, you could not write this. This is like straight up fan fiction for Hogs. It is. It's straight. The Hogs have been saying someone is going to go after him for years. Another horrendous headline take for you. Curious rise of Silicon Valley's Trump whisperer, a former Biden donor pushing for a free-for-all AI policy. Oh God. That's not the one I'm concerned about. It's this one. From Forbes, will surviving gunfire be Donald Trump's next appeal to black voters? That's an insane headline. Yeah, and of course, Elon Musk coming out and like trying, how can I make this about myself? Listen, the former president is getting a lot of trending on Twitter right now. How do I make this about myself? Elon Musk says 2 people have attempted to kill him over the past 8 months. And here's the thing. Every politician, with rare exception, has death threats and credible attempts on their life regularly. Joe Biden has regular attempts on his life. The difference, and I don't know how this one happened, the lapse in judgment and care from the Secret Service that this happened is crazy, because Robert Evans has been doing geolocating and like really good coverage on his page of how this like where the guy was. But the fact that it actually happened to the worst possible person cannot be understated. Tofu is so right. I mean, he is a Jesus-like figure for the Republicans. Like, she's right. Tofu is right. He is a Jesus figure. I guess we should go over to the moment it happened last night.
Gunshots at the Trump rally? Shut the fuck up. No. Where? Give me a link now. Dark Brandon? Dark Brandon? Wait,
see, he was more excited for it than I would be. If I was streaming, if it happened yesterday while I was live and one of you said gunshots at the Trump rally, I would have been like, no, shut up. No, there isn't.
They cut the audio? Is he shot?
Well, there you go, guys. Unbelievable information right now as we see President Trump being taken away from the podium there in Butler, Pennsylvania. We did hear some shots there. We don't know what it was that happened. You're looking at the same thing we're looking at right now. I was literally without the suit jacket, just watching the coverage.
When Trump gets reelected, is he going to invite Evander Holyfield to the White House to compare ears?
Heard the loud noises.
What the f?
A thing that shocked me while I was watching all this is that the people in the background, like a lot of them like ducked down, and I have a video from like that angle right behind Trump. We'll take a look at it in a second. But so many people just didn't react. Now, a couple theories to this I have. One is that they were deer in the headlights and just like didn't know what was going on or what to do. They just like froze in panic. 2, they are lead poisoned gun nut hogs and just were slack jawed the whole time. Just, what's going on? 3, the reason there wasn't like a crowd surge immediately was because they're all old as fuck and there is no running for this crowd. My mom and I were wondering the same thing. Yeah, like immediately that there wasn't a crowd surge with gunshots and the president's down. Like, there was a crowd surge and panic when JFK was shot. They likely froze or thought it was fireworks. Here's the thing, though. These are hogs. They have a bunch of guns, and they pop fireworks all the time. This is Pennsylvania. It's Pennsyltucky. It's Butler. They know the difference. Blue blazer, top hat, hobo is goat. Yeah, he's just unfazed. On March 30th, 1981, President of the United States Ronald Reagan was shot and wounded by John Hinckley Jr. in Washington, D.C. as he was returning to his limousine after a speaking engagement at the Washington Hilton. Hinckley believed the attack would impress actress Jodie Foster, with whom he had developed an aromantic obsession after viewing her in Martin Scorsese's 1976 film Taxi Driver. He was close to death upon arrival at George Washington University Hospital, but was stabilized in the emergency room. Got my passport squared. You know the funny thing? Wyflo and I went to go order our passports like a month ago. She just got hers in yesterday. Mine hasn't come in yet. And I'm gonna be honest, I think the delay on mine, because we ordered them in the same moment with the same payment, I think mine is because of my activism. Mine is getting delayed because of my activism. And it's kind of shitty, not gonna lie. You'll get it. Oh, I will. It'll just take a minute. Millennials chilling, watching their 173rd historical event in real time, wondering if they should make their car payment. Real. So I want to show you guys the point of view from behind the stage. Somebody behind him was filming it.
They're shooting. They're shooting over there. Over there. Over there.
So like they can see the person. Remember, the people who are filming right now, they're right here. They can see the person over here. It's not far away. Liberal ass chatters and non-Americans, okay? So this is a 5.56 NATO round, okay? To understand how small that round is, okay? This is not that much bigger than a 22. Quote unquote small. Small what? Okay, you're looking at the casing. Look at the round, okay? It's about the size of my pinky nail. It goes very, very fast. It's just a big suppository. Never actually seen 5.56, only use hunting rifles, so I'm used to big honking bullets. Yeah. Got any 7.62? No. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about like someone using an AR-15. These bullets, though, they are not meant to go through targets, okay? They are meant to like hit and they spin and shred inside the target. They hit and they... It's designed to tumble after it hits something. Yeah. Typical leftist grifter against NATO, yet owns NATO rounds. Yeah, typical.
Who conceded that they are trying to get as much information as they can right now. Clearly,
he's still throwing up
there are a
fists
lot
while
of
they're putting him in
events
the
that move very
car, bro.
quickly.
Yeah, Reuters is saying that it's a bullet as well.
This time, the president, only moments before this took place,
Stop
in
fisting!
church at Rehoboth,
Stop!
and then exited the
Every
church
fist is
before
another
he was asked
10,000 in a
if
fucking
he
red
was aware
state,
of
a
it or
key
had been
state turning into
informed
a
about
red
it. At that time,
state.
he had not been. It's clear at this
Every time he throws up his fist, Michigan is more over than it
Is
was
clearly
before.
the-
He's
True.
clip farming harder than the new crop of phase talent. He's like phase Ronaldo. He's clip farming harder than Jinxie. He keeps throwing up his fist.
Insane to me. Let's see. Since the start of them setting up the rally equipment, I have been commenting to people that there's a ridiculous security oversight happening. I am actually worried about being spoken to by some spook because I had many a conversation where I stated verbatim, quote, "It's weird that they are not cordoning off our building. The roof would be the perfect vantage point for someone to do something. Like I could see the stage from that window. Someone on the roof would have an amazing view. My only guess is that because Butler is 70-80% Trump in polls, they decided to lax this one out, which does not make sense to me, but does at the same time. Butler is Trump heavy enough that my coworkers were gathering in groups to go to the merch trucks Friday on their lunch break. I have coworkers that run around the farm showground on their lunch break, and nothing was said to them. If we live in a security theater, this was a security 8th grade recital." All right, let's go over to some other interviews with people that were on the ground. Again, we'll go back to this, but we have some on the ground interviews with people.
I'm here with Joseph Mine. He was sitting actually behind Donald Trump in the bleachers today when this all unfolded. I'm going to let him share exactly what he saw. It was a very harrowing moment that he was there for. Can you please tell us what happened, Joseph?
Yeah, it was the Trump. I was attending the rally. It seemed initially like firecrackers went off. it was very confusing initially because, you know, I knew it was gunfire, but I couldn't quite tell where it was coming from. It sounded like it was coming from behind the bleachers.
I got the BBC one
and
too.
The man in the bleachers, kind of to the right of me in the bleachers, took a gunshot wound to the head. And another woman, I don't know exactly where she was in the bleachers. I think she was either behind me or to the right of me. She got around she got hit in the forearm and hand, it looked like. But if she was wounded, she wasn't killed.
Can I ask you how you're feeling? Obviously, you just witnessed something terrible happen. A lot of chaos was in the room. How exactly are you feeling right now, Joseph?
You know, it's something you don't expect. You know, it's a bolt out of the blue, so it's very
Welcome
shocking.
in China, good actually.
I think a lot of people in the crowd just thought it was fireworks going off. I knew immediately it was gunshots. I knew they were close, and then when I saw someone get hit and go down, that's when I knew it was probably serious. You know, it was a lot of confusion. It's just massive confusion, you know, throughout the event. I saw Donald Trump get hit. It looked like he was either, I was running my camera at the time, but it looked like he was just turning his head to the side, and it looked like he got grazed in the right ear with a bullet.
He's saying yesterday that the reason for the lack of sound is super easy. Open area plus peaking microphone. Sound travels weird in a place like that. Yep.
I kind of saw that go on, and then I looked down, I saw that the man, you know, had died in the bleachers. It was just complete pandemonium. Like there was a bit of a delay, like there was a lot of confusion.
My wife just said, what if Ivanka called for it? I'm going to be real. She wouldn't be super upset. I saw people on Twitter being like, posting pictures of Melania being like, you know, she almost lost her husband. Pray for, you know, our second lady or first lady. And I was like, do you know how happy she would be if Donald Trump actually died from this? You know how happy Melania would be? She wouldn't have to like live at the fucking White House, which she openly was like very, you know, she hated living in the White House because it's old.
Every time my poll goes up,
and it's not high fashion. Like the leaked audio of her talking about setting up the Christmas event at the White House, being like, who cares? Who cares about this stupid Christmas party? His life insurance policy is probably insane. Melania ain't on the life insurance policy. Are you crazy? Barron is. She ain't.
You know, it seemed like more gunfire erupted. I couldn't figure out where that was coming from. And then, you know, there was a state policeman there. I believe a SWAT team, you know, showed up relatively quickly. They jumped the side. There was a fence, you know, was next to the bleachers. They jumped the bleachers and started clearing the bleachers. And then I helped carry the body of the man down out of the bleachers, and they took him to a tent behind the bleachers. We put a towel over his head, but he's deceased.
Oh my God. Of course, Brianna Wu is posting, I'm going to wait until we know who the shooter was and what their motivation was and not assume anything. If they are on the left, I will obviously condemn. But what is factual is there's been a growing culture of calling for violence on the left, and this shit needs to stop. There is also the glorification of dying for a cause with Aaron Bushnell. It's anti-democratic, it's counterproductive, and morally disgusting. Shut the fuck up, Brianna Wu. You fund people who call for direct violence. You straight up call
every time my poll goes up,
like, or give cash to people who call for violence directly to leftists and even like apolitical people. Shut the fuck up. And like also, you know, condone genocide. So how about, you know, clean up your own room, bucko?